streaming.
Okay.
Welcome back to Dragons and Dungeons.
I think Liz is checking to make sure it's live.
Okay.
Yep, we're live.
Alright, cool. Welcome back to Dragons in Downtown, everybody. I am Anaya, your Dungeon Master for the night, and... Wow, where did my words go?
You left them in your other box.
Welcome back to Eugene. Once again, this game is in allyship with Black Lives Matter and through my friends over at the Los Angeles branch. So thank you for that. And to my lovely wife Kayla, thank you for all of the fantastic cheeses.
Yes, thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much,
you.
Kayla.
Thank you, Kayla.
We have this gorgeous spread.
And thank you, Mom, for the cheese balls.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama Rose.
Does anybody else have any other announcements?
Yeah. Artwork is in production. 2 side portraits have already been penciled and should be painted within the next week. Approvals. And I'll be getting with people throughout the next few weeks, starting to actually draw up character art for us to use both in the merch shop and to have character pictures available on our broadcasts.
Yes. That is fantastic.
I'm working on costuming stuff for everybody. I'm making lists. I've got lots of fun stuff that we should be getting more and more into cosplay, and you guys will get to see these costumes come together in real time. I picked this hat up, this regular costume witch's hat up in a secondhand store, and I think most of the rest of my outfit too. But yeah, we'll be working on that.
And to announce, we have Pudgy yet again joining us.
David Gregory for everybody out there.
Yet again joining us, and will be a hopefully fixed member of this party.
Also, here shortly, if time allows, I'll be adding some props to the scenery.
Fantastic, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the stream so other people can catch on to our Buy the Dice goodness.
Always about buy the dice.
Alright, so last time, you guys had turned young Carmen into a tabaxi.
Temporarily.
Temporarily, just to see what would happen, and she had gone about smashing trees on the butte. Because I can move fast, and my head is really hard right now.
We also concocted a lovely plan to take over the city of Eugene.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we did do this.
And the two of you and Carmen had retired to the penthouse suite of the Hilton for the evening.
Yes, we did.
It is about 6 a.m. Carmen is back in human form. And kind of upset about it. And is sitting in your hotel room watching the news.
Did you enjoy your time as a cat dog?
A little more than I probably should have.
Tabaxi are wonderful creatures. Not well liked on my world, by many. Much like on your world, some people let their prejudices guide their every step. What are we watching today?
They're calling it a riot, up north about 3 hours by the speed limit in Portland.
3 hours by the speed.
There's a limit to speed?
There's a rule, because our vehicles can go unnecessarily fast, about in certain roads you can only go so fast to prevent collisions.
This is why I teleport.
Yeah, how fast is the world? Teleport's instant. Let's go by teleport. Is it a ride?
Not anymore. They're calling it one, and it happened last night.
Oh. What the fuck?
As you look at the TV, which the two of you have gotten a bit more accustomed to, you see plainclothes protesters and militant-style police officers clashing in the streets of a much larger city than the one you are familiar with here in Eugene. The air is filled with a cloud of smoke or possibly gas, and it is absolute pandemonium.
Last night. Just 3 hours from here, you say?
Yes.
And your government is corrupt?
Yes.
While this is on the TV, I'm looking at the comparative, like, what are the people who were, quote, rioters, according to the news, wearing?
Most of them were wearing some kind of shirt or hoodie that read "I can't breathe" or "Black Lives Matter" on them. Face masks to keep the ongoing pandemic from spreading any further unnecessarily, and regular plain clothes.
Dahlia, why do they need all this armor? These are peasants with not even pitchforks. They are throwing rocks, and it looks like, well, that one, he kicked a can that was throwing smoke out back. I like that one. Smart.
Carmen, that wasn't smoke, that was gas. Not
like
just
what
gas.
like what comes out of me in the morning.
Oh no. No, more like what comes out of a green dragon.
So poison.
Yes, it's called tear gas. It's supposed to be less than lethal, but it inhibits breathing and using of eyes.
That's where this old man.
They're very, very confused as to what is deadly in this world.
They're barbaric is what they are.
Barbaric would be a good word for it.
What would make the people happy?
That's a very complicated question. To put it simply, people who look like me and other people of color and minority race would just like to stop being killed for existing.
So right in line with our
So
solution.
then why did the government not simply promise to stop killing you?
And follow through.
Yes, that worked.
My favorite analogy for this is, say you've got a barrel of apples, and most of them are healthy, edible apples, but 3 or 4 somewhere in the middle of the barrel are rotten
Well,
and
then you have
infested
a
with insects.
do you have a barrel full of rotten apples?
Exactly. Our government, every few years, refreshes itself to a degree. We elect new leaders, we decide as a collective who we want representing us, and on a large scale, if you look at everybody who gets elected every election, there are a lot of people who do want to do a good job.
Alright.
But in each administration, no matter how large or small, there are a handful of rotten apples. Spoil the whole batch.
Well, I understand your analogy, but I would just point out, just hear me out on this. Unlike with the barrel of apples, where they are not sentient, they have no way of separating away from the greater body of the barrel. Why is it that these non-corrupt persons do not do something about the corruption that they are seeing?
Unfortunately, most people who do speak up and speak out get punished for doing so by those higher up than them, because most of the rotten apples are higher up. police chiefs, mayors, people with keys and say-so.
You were right to suggest we take
Yes, one of the keys.
I myself have encountered a number of officers in my travels who were genuinely good people, but we cannot separate them from the officers who are killing people unnecessarily because they don't do much of anything about it.
Sure, if you choose to continue to wear the uniform of a brigand army, you shouldn't be surprised if people treat you like a brigand army. Of course. It's just plain common sense.
Yes, it is. The solution is it is an interesting suggestion, Stella. But yes, brigand armies are not normally that intelligent.
They don't need to be. They have numbers.
Just saying, they are easily persuaded. I mean,
I
there
would
was
think
this
not.
one time. One does not get to be my age without being a bit cunning. There was this one time I remember in my youth when I was, maybe 20. I had found myself in the bedchambers of a princess. Not by my own designs, I was performing. Not in the way you're thinking. And she did not like me telling her that I was not particularly interested in her petticoats, so to speak. As a result, she called the guards, they informed that I was born a man, they wrapped me up, they tried to do everything. They were very easily persuaded to go away.
I think it's magic. That might actually be that easy now. What? I'm not used to the world bowing to the powers of magic.
Well, we aim to fix that.
Your authorities are not going to like us very much. But they are not lawful men, so I'm okay with this.
They are according to our laws.
Who wrote these laws?
A very long list of corrupt men. Almost entirely men.
I would point out that the law written by the corrupt is corrupt, and therefore is not just. And justice is what laws should be, and order are what laws should be based around, not lining one's pockets.
The entirety of the movement would agree with you.
Ah, good.
Then we're on the same side. Wonderful.
Then we have numbers, and we have magic. Although they may also at this point have magic, we will see. They're so bigoted they might reject more of our kind out of hand.
That is my thinking. They'll take the humans that come over here, you know, those weird ones that we run across every now and then. Throwing tomatoes. The rotten turnips are the worst.
Odd. So,
The smell is impossible
no,
to get
no,
out of silk.
no, no. Have you ever been pelted with beets? Stains everything, and the smell will not go away.
Only once. From that point on, innkeepers made sure there were no beets on the menu if I was performing, in case one of those bigots came in. I did not take kindly to my nice white silk being turned red and pink.
Yes, no. I was chased through the streets of a village once with beets. Turns out, some people can't tell the difference between a drow and a Shadar-kai.
Well, I think we should head down for breakfast.
Oh, splendid idea, darling. Splendid.
Then to the restaurant where we stopped for the dragon's food.
Absolutely.
They are absolutely lovely people. And so you guys go about heading down. And when you step out onto the street, there's already a little bit of unrest. little micro pockets of protesters already up in arms about what happened in Portland and what's been happening across the nation. They don't seem to be causing too much trouble, and the police are by and large ignoring them for the time being. And as you make your way, up and around over to 5th Street, right in front of you drops a putty. So what do they see as you fall out of the fabric of your own reality and into this one?
I am Githyanki. I think that's how you pronounce it. You would see me as being a roughly 6'5", greenish skin, insectish type of humanoid. I would have like long reddish hair, comes down to about my shoulders, with beads in my hair along the right side, a scar on the side of my right cheek, and I would be wearing plate, basically like a breastplate of armor.
Hey,
Oh my!
are you a friend?
Friend
Or
or
are you
foe?
foe?
Yes, I try to be.
Oh,
How are you responding to the fabric of your world erasing itself rather suddenly?
I'm a little panicky slightly, just because it's a complete change of atmosphere. But I'm actually more surprised that I'm able to breathe in this atmosphere. Ish. There's a lot of people around I've never seen, a lot of races I've never seen. So at this point, I'm just kind of cautious and leery, but at the same time, I want to know what's going on.
Alright, so a fairly anxiety-ridden Githyanki. Eyes darting back and forth, kind of longsword in hand, ready to go to battle, I'm sure. We should interact a little more.
well, it is good to meet you, friend. And I extend a hand.
I extend the hand out and shake your hand.
My name is Dahlia. And, you've arrived at a rather strange time in this world, which I imagine is nothing like your own.
Well, where I'm from, I'm usually shunned. Not just because of my looks, but because of my belief.
I can see why. Of course, this is my friend Juan Aviv.
Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Tanakh.
Tanakh?
Yes, Tanakh.
I'm Carmen.
Pleasure to meet you.
Clearly a human of darker complexion.
Okay.
Hair is still very much a mess. Has not done much to groom herself yet, but is very much leading these two on to breakfast.
Judging by the sunlight, still morning.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of time.
Yes. Oh, would you like to join us for breakfast?
Sure.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So where are we going again?
I've never met one of your
We're heading to
species.
Braille's, that restaurant where we fed the dragon from.
I hope they got some breakfast sometime.
As you turn the corner onto 5th Street, you see that everything is well. In fact, your dragon friend is in human form, standing out front, eating and enjoying herself.
Sorry, what?
What's a food speed?
They eat food.
Sure.
Lovely. I've never met one of the Tanakh before. So good to meet you.
So, walk up to our friend the dragon. Good morning. I see everything is in order today.
Oh, yes. Such a lovely couple of days.
So very glad you are happy.
would love to hear this. What is your plan?
You tell her.
Well, there should be a city council meeting tonight, and the mayor and all the particulars are likely to be there. They'll take questions from the public. So, we simply join the public and we go into the meeting. And Juan Aviv here uses his beautiful voice to suggest that they arrest themselves on the spot and take themselves to jail. Any stragglers we'll put in a bag of holding, and then we'll release the protesters from the prison, but not the really dangerous criminals. And then we will replace them with the officers and councilmen and the mayor person. And then we were going to suggest, yes, that they hand us the keys to the city.
All of the keys
All of the keys.
to all of the buildings of importance,
I can help.
including their houses, so that we can check their file cabinets.
Would you really? Oh, you're such a darling.
Yes, I can help. I do have the ability.
Oh, good. That will make it slightly easier. If I miss any, you'll pick up the stragglers, yes?
You don't have to pick them up particularly gently. They're not very nice
These
people.
aren't good people.
So they're like other races from back home. Good to know.
Well, if you can tell, we have good reason to not like these.
Oh, yes, we will have to catch you up on all of them. So they have this funny box. And I pull out the phone that Carmen gave me. And I pull up YouTube. And I show him the George Floyd video.
Mhm.
This is why we are so upset. See, one of their town guards, different town, the town guards did this to a man in broad daylight.
I can think of a few spells I can use.
I thought you might say that. Britta, what school of magic are you from?
I'm from the College of Creation.
Bard!
Oh,
Juan Aviv!
oh his school there. Interesting.
I still haven't asked you what school are you from, Madonna?
Well, my dear, I'm from the School of Blades.
Oh, lovely! Oh, how lovely! The poetic symmetry just tingles the spine.
So you're a singer?
No.
Swordsman.
How do you perform your arms?
Pull a dagger from my hip. Smile, just flipping it around through my fingers. Not really seeming to pay attention to what the blade is or is not doing. And as I'm doing this, with the other hand, I knock a coffee cup off the table, throw the dagger down next to it, and use the motion from my hands to cast mending on the cup.
Very nice.
As it sticks in the ground, the magic arcs off and pulls the cup back together. I'm sorry about the mess. More coffee, please.
Very nice. Very nice.
Carmen is just. Might be never to get into a fight with you.
That would be wise, darling.
I told you, don't hit me again.
Don't give me a reason to.
Do you really want to go there?
Let's play nice, darlings. We're all on the same side.
You can almost see the shape of the tabaxi she was last night, folding the ears back. Like.
She instinctively remembers how that worked. Oh, that's what school I am.
And as you guys sit and eat, and you and the dragon and Carmen and some of the other patrons even are, people heard your grand plan and are like, how exactly do you plan to succeed at this?
Oh, darling. I want to give the game away.
I'm just that sexy.
There may be smells.
Oh, there are definitely spies. This is one of the most popular restaurants in town.
Then, my goodness, do not ask questions to which you do not need the answer.
Or want them.
Or want them.
Oh, I get the not needing them, but we do very much so want them.
I'll tell you, if you want to join us, I will let you live stream the entire thing to your pod, whatever.
Sets to their phone about making an announcement on their own individual socials. You see like 8 or 9 phones come out.
So, when will they take our orders? I really like one of those nice fluffy omelets.
Just about the time you say that, a string of platters brought to the table with omelets and fruit and other goodies.
Waffles!
Waffles and a big a ham that was prepared in advance.
Mmm.
They like us a lot.
They expected you to return.
Eat up to knock. We're going to have a lovely day, but you will want your strength.
Yes, let's eat. And Carmen, having gotten quite used to the changes in her physicality and the way that her whole form and fit are working, cuts a large chunk off of the ham and brings a couple of pieces of fruit and some pieces of bread onto her plate and just...
Well, that's one we've taught, right?
It's faster than a knife and a fork.
Tavern Keep, do you have any good ale?
This isn't a tavern. But we do have a little bit of beer.
How much?
No, we have enough. I hope.
I think a lot.
Well, there is a dragon at the table. Yes, a round of your finest beer.
So they bring out
Something dark and not strong, please.
Alright, so they do bring out a round of beers, and these are coffee ales from the local brewery. And you are presented with quite bitter, but also in the kind of like oaty, earthy kind of way bitter is the flavor of the ale. And alright, will that be all for now?
I believe so.
Dragon. Just put it on my tab. I intend to eat with them.
We can afford it.
I know you can.
You know, you could become the de facto owner of this and many fine establishments. You have impeccable taste. Not, of course, that you would demean yourself to mere commerce, but it might be a lovely feather in your cap and give you plenty of places to roam about the city.
I intend to own some establishments, but I like the owners of this place and rather leave them intact.
Fine idea. They have been most accommodating and hospitable.
Especially once your foot came off of their building. Yeah, they did not like that very well. Like when we met our friend.
The repairs, though. Oh my goodness, you've done such a lovely job.
So how many stones did it take you?
More than I want to admit. The dragon's pride is her own, after all.
Of course. Tanakh is brand new. Apparently, whatever caused the worlds to rift is still, in fact, rifting. For he fell straight out of the sky and landed right in front of us. It's a good thing it was us and not one of those.
Hollis.
Police.
Or,
Putridus? Yes, that one.
now, Juan Aviv, I know you know how to say
So you
There are
have
swine
got
set.
much
There are
time at all
swine
here in the
following
New
pig
World.
horse. What do you want from me?
In the YouTube.
Horse are real.
YouTube?
Pigs are real. And
Yeah,
what-
in the YouTube she showed me on the little box. Is the police the people in the suits or the cart? The big metal thing.
Oh! They use those like carriages. They actually get inside of them. And apparently if they say police across the side, you're supposed to like, I don't know, be deferent or something to them.
You are supposed to move out of the way, because a good portion of the time they are trying to do something useful.
Really?
A good portion, not all of it. Police are often first responders to car accidents where the carriages collide and active commission of crime against other people.
See, this is why we let horses keep our carriages going. They don't collide.
You see, we're going to have to I think, I truly believe, Juan Aviv, as grand as our plan is, and I'm not backing out of it, I think it will work. But it seems the situation is complex and maybe needed to handle delicately.
So, what is useful about from the video video you showed me on the
That's not what
box?
they're supposed to be.
No, I was gonna say, what is useful about putting a knee on someone that can't breathe and you're putting it on their windpipe?
Nothing. Nothing
Absolutely
useful at
nothing.
all. That was a pure power trip as far as I can tell. That's a word here. Power trip.
Interesting.
You know, sort of like a mage who gets too big for his britches and accidentally casts a fireball too close. Keeping on power, go home.
I've seen that happen before. I've had something
I'll
similar.
And Carmen
admit, when I
is-
was a young sorceress,
Somehow
I may have
Carmen is
overheard
turning
my
wetter than
husband's
she
advice.
is black over the conversation of the mage casting fireball and is shrinking into her seat.
Oh, darling, it happens to the best of us. When I was a young sorceress, well, let's just say I had my fair share of mishaps.
Well, there's no severe scarring. Apparently you got out of it relatively safe.
You haven't seen my entire body, now have you, dear?
Yes, I have. You were in the bath the other night.
Bubbles?
A few. There was just enough left to my imagination to fill in the blanks. Let's just say that. Unless you are missing a nipple or there's something in your bits, then we're good.
Dear God. By the gods, you are
Uncouth.
I
entirely
believe
too
she's
drastic.
referencing the fact that she was probably running away.
Well, I would point
assume
out that we have all seen
on
her
her
fall.
backside.
And I would point out that you were wearing a nightgown walking across the hotel the other day. Trust me. You're fine. I said no severe scar.
Well, thank you, darling. You are too kind.
I can understand.
In
the vibe.
fact, Dahlia's back is backside all the way down to her legs is actually fairly scarred.
Alright.
It's had its moments. She was did not always have a good life, and she was an adventurous child, and all of the above. So there's some interesting marks along her body, kind of in random places where the silver gray turns definitively whitish.
Yep. Spots where, yep, something happened.
Yeah.
Dahlia has lived a very, very full life.
Yes, she has.
You know, I do understand the magic in the fireball, considering, when I was in the college, one of the first spells I cast was an animation spell. My animation kicked the crap out of me.
Oh, no.
It was unwilling to be awake, I take it. Or were you just feeling bad about yourself that day?
Definitely a backfire. Attack squirrel.
You animated attacks that are a bit squirrel.
Yes.
I one time tried to give myself a foot massage with mage hand and broke my little toe. It was embarrassing to say the least.
The worst thing that ever happened in my experiences with magic was when I was still but a young tiefling. The first girl slapped me for telling her no and rejecting her when she wanted nothing more than what was behind the cup piece. And without even knowing what was going on, I cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, darling!
We were run out of town.
I could imagine.
I'm not gonna describe what happened to me the first time I used mage hand.
That might be for the best,
We appreciate you on that one.
since after all, as I may have mentioned once or twice, a family establishment.
Well, we
Well,
are a
I will
little
say-
family.
I will say an extra hand is always
Yes.
useful.
Absolutely. I use it all the time to get my potion bottles out of the top cabinets. I don't know who builds those things, but they must be made for a Goliath.
Maybe a firbolg. They love cabinets. Plenty of places to put all their bits and bobs.
But did they have to build it so tall?
Well, when they're 7 foot tall.
Anyway,
Fantastic conversation dawdles on, and lunch is brought out, and patrons come
I
and
love how we
go.
went from breakfast to lunch in the same restaurant. Yes.
In a matter of moments, poof!
Well, they just bring us food.
You've spent hours conversing and getting to know one another and telling your war stories and your heroic stories and your I don't think I meant to cast that spell story.
Oops!
At one point, Carmen keeps trying to use magic, but is just not a caster. And, little sparks happen once in a while, but there's just nothing there. You can start to see the veins on her forehead getting a little tense. And
Give me a moment to look into my bags, and I think
I'm
I
good
have.
at this.
You're not good at it yet, dear. Yet. It takes years and years of practice. Has anybody seen my wand?
Your wand.
We
I saw
had
it
all
earlier.
pre-game.
I had eyes on it all pre-game, too.
So did I.
I could have sworn the wand
Did
was
it end up
What's canon?
Oh, bippity boppity boppity, was it?
Oops.
Didn't end up.
Oh, I found it.
There we are.
Apparently, it likes to run off. It wasn't me, I swear.
Now, every caster is a little bit different, but many of us find it easier to feel the weight of the spell in our body and then move it through an instrument. Give this a try.
Didn't we try this the other night?
We did, but like I said, dear, practice. Have a clear intention in your mind what you're trying to do.
Looking at a coffee cup on the other end and wants to move the coffee from one cup to another using prestidigitation.
Lovely. All right.
You see, then the stone on the end of the wand lights a little, and a tiny fireball full of frustration and mild rage just decimates the cup. That's not what I was trying to do. I wanted to put the coffee in another cup.
You have, darling, you have to control your emotions. Have a clear intention. No. Breathe for a moment. Well, it's like this. And I take the wand, and I look at the coffee cup, and I lift the coffee out of the one cup, and I pour it just like it were being poured from a teapot into the other cup. Just very gently. And then I do it again. See? As if you were drawing a rainbow.
Alright.
I'm going to step about 4 feet back from the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna scooch off to the right bit.
And as she's focusing, this is the only thing in her mind, but somehow a fire whip just erupts from the line.
I think you might be a very specific type of mage. In the future, let us do our practicing out of doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you might be a fire mage of some kind, and perhaps a family establishment is not the best practice.
I just wanted to move the coffee.
Well, it definitely moved.
Maybe we should
all
create
moved,
you a
darling.
target.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We will find your talents, and we will bring them out like a flower coming to bloom.
I hope the city survives.
Well, let's give you fewer reasons to be enraged, and perhaps it will.
Maybe. And yet again, the conversation dawdles a bit, and at one point, Carmen stands up and says, "Alright, well, yeah, it's about 4:30. It's time to make our way over to the city hall."
Oh, yes.
Time for some fun.
How are you going to use that box? You said something about using massive objection to the box.
Well, I cast at the cameras.
Oh! Wait. I could go to a lot of little scale that way.
Only the corrupt ones.
Choose your wording carefully, darling.
Yes, and we'll weed through any that happen to get in there on accident.
Very well. To know,
Yes,
I assume you'll be joining us for the fun part.
of course.
The dragon stands, and you see a little bit of the humanoid form start to give. And I think I'm going to find my way to one of the nearby valleys this time. I've been told if they're in a square boxed field to leave them alone.
I would point out they probably won't care if we pull things from our world.
True.
Rose's laser beast is quite nice.
Yes, it is. And as the dragon form takes, the wings fold out, and she lifts herself up as to not be standing on buildings in the street. And Tanakh, you see a huge copper dragon erupt out of this woman. This is an ancient copper dragon taking her full dragon form.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be sitting there like,
And off she goes. Unfortunately going to miss the fun, but needs to not be in human form for a little bit.
Well done. Let's away.
Just
And-
very much.
Carmen goes out to her car, and as you guys follow, she leads you into the basement of the Hilton first, and is down in her car, and she is pulling on very thick garments, and pulls out one in Juan Aviv's size and one in your size, and kind of sizes up the Githyanki. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, I've got one, and when you grab these, you can tell that they have a little bit of weight to them. She says, these are ballistic vests. They make the getting shot thing hurt just a little less.
Put it on, try moving around in it, see how it feels.
Give me a performance check.
Wait. What is getting shot?
You don't want to know.
Here.
It's like a high-powered arrow.
I actually pulled up another video because I had gone to the library and I looked up the history of Black Lives Matter. And I show him a compilation video of shootings. See, that's a horrible thing that they call that a gun. And it makes very loud noise, and then a very small rock comes at a very fast pace, and it kills people.
28.
28? You can move just fine. It's fit well to your person, and with a little bit of help from Carmen adjusting it to your exact shape, you can move.
About like another?
Mm-hmm.
I lift mine up and I look at it like, oh, it's going to ruin my look. And nonetheless, I put it on.
Oh, you can put it under your clothing.
Really? Oh,
It just needs to be on.
I must go to the powder room for a moment.
And you guys get up to the penthouse suite. She gave you plenty of time to get prepared. She was prepared for Proud Boys and other things to show up, and explains why she feels to take the need to be prepared for bullets.
I tried to pull it
Did you
over
bring
my head.
that gun I gave you, darling?
She pulls it out. Juan Aviv, do you promise not to kill me?
No.
As long as I don't deal any damage to you.
You don't hurt me if you can live.
It'll sting, but it's not going to damage.
Aim it at something else.
Well, you're all wearing it. Do you mind if I attempt to hurt you and fail?
That depends. I tried to pull it over my head and it's not quite fitting. You look over and it's just kind of like dangling across my head.
Oh, that needs adjusted, and she sets the gun down and goes about setting you up and getting you adjusted and set right, and it fits nicely. It's a little snug.
Okay.
It'll work.
Sure. Why not?
All right. She lifts the gun, and you see her point it at Tanakh and fire it. And you feel a sharp, like an ow, but as she comes up to you and pulls back, you all see that there is no injury underneath.
How many times can it do this before it stops working?
These are high quality, so they can take everything in the clip of a standard police weapon. And she pulls the clip out of the gun and it shows you all of the rounds of ammunition.
Oh, I see.
As long as you don't hit the same spot too many times, it can handle these
How well do these Farragut's
And I-
swords and daggers?
quite well.
And I assume that the police also wear these.
Yes. And now all of your new armor class is 20.
Ooh.
Yay, I've got new AC.
I did the research last night
Ah.
to figure out how.
Plus dex bonus?
Yep.
So, in real life,
Oh, so 22 plus your dex bonus.
Kevlar vests do not, like, at all handle a knife or a sword or anything.
These aren't Kevlar.
Okay.
They're backed with
plate ballistic vest.
yeah, they're backed with Kevlar,
Yeah.
but they are plate ballistic vests.
Okay.
Metal plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because ceramic plates would do
Ooh,
it.
that's a beautiful, beautiful AC.
You see the new class is 22?
Yes.
Plus your dex bonus, so whatever is the plus on your dexterity.
These
It's
are
about like horse.
these are vests that Carmen keeps regularly for her and her friends.
20.
You are currently her friends, therefore you wear the vests.
Very nice.
She doesn't want you getting hurt.
I like having a new friend.
His Carmen's just the loveliest lady,
But
isn't she?
I know you guys are very capable on your own, but guns are unnecessarily good at hurting people.
So am I. And I'd be afraid to see what would happen if they made Dahlia angry.
At the
Or
very
honestly.
least, center mass will be protected for you.
Without dear Carmen, I don't think we've gotten anywhere this town. She's been an absolute dog.
Oh, yes, don't spend any of your coin.
Oh, yes. Don't spend any of your coin. The money is worthless.
They will trade you some of your coin for some of their money. But the exchange rate is ridiculous.
May I have to look into that.
I was saying the honey goat cheese is really, really good.
Oh, you won't.
Definitely.
All right, now that we are all dressed and outfitted, I think we should head to the city hall. It's just down. It actually points and takes you to the back of the building where there's a big window overlooking the other half of the city. Points and that's the city hall building. Where we fought the
Idiots?
idiots. Yes.
Oh, where the gentleman from the decanter came from.
Oh, yes.
And as you guys arrive, there is a huge crowd outside filling up the city park surrounding the establishment, the city hall building. And as you start to walk up, everyone in attendance lays down on their chests and places their hands on their back. And the entire scene goes quiet for a minute.
As we're walking by, my friends, they are not the police.
And one of the few remaining standing who's holding, it kind of looks like a horn, but white and red. You saw a few of them in passing. Hold on just a moment. And goes about making the announcement that they are going to lay like that for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, which is the amount of time that George Floyd was pinned down to the ground before his passing.
You're a strong man. 8 minutes and 46 seconds is a long time to be suffocated.
And
I'm like, oh, I
Bow my head.
quietly get down on my knees and then sort of.
I sit there and then I stop and I bow my head in respect. Get more and more pissed off as the time goes on.
And there is utter silence for the next 8 minutes and 46 seconds. No one moves.
I'm just gonna do the same thing she's doing. I'm just gonna lean back
I
and
did it on concrete at this protest.
cross my arms, lay on my back.
And everybody who can see you in attendance is noticing that, one, you're definitely not from this plane of existence, and two, that you seem to be showing quite a bit of respect, so that you see a couple of smiles like, cool, we have friends from that side. Oh, thank God, because the friends the cops have are not very small. And after the 8 minutes and 46 seconds gets going, even the person with the loudspeaker takes a knee, and I am going to initiate 8 minutes and 46 seconds of silence on stream. No?
No dead air.
I think we actually should.
Yeah, I think it's a good point of respect since we're covering this particular material.
About it before we were on camera.
Okay, we'll have a conversation after. But thank you for speaking up. I appreciate it. there's an air of solemnity over the crowd. The uproar of chanting and singing has definitely not returned, and conversations are being had about how long that time felt. In the span of a day, it doesn't seem like much, but when you're sitting there meditating on it, it does feel so much longer. And everyone starts making their way into the building. Do you three follow suit, or do you sit outside to have a conversation first?
Go inside. Quickly.
Alright. As you all filter in, everyone is taking quiet seats and...
That's just my actions. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay. Are you guys following Juan Aviv in?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. As the three of you make your entrance, and where do you find your seats?
I walk in, and I just sort of stand at the end of the aisle, sort of right in the middle of it, and let people filter around me.
Just standing in the middle of the aisle. All right. People do kind of.
But towards the door.
Okay. People do kind of just filter past you and pay. Some pay a little mind to you, like. Others are just okay.
I'm in my best I too have a gift for
Cosplayers.
mode.
Cosplayers. Is heard in passing at one point, and more
Take a spot in the back corner.
okay. More people are definitely noticing you. One dude walks. I love your horns.
I don't.
I'm sorry. I think they're very, very nice looking. Wait, those are real.
Just smile and let my eyes flash.
No, I'll leave you alone. Bye. Oh, and this poor nerd just wanders off to another seat elsewhere, and you're all three getting a couple of compliments on how you look, and oh wow, and then the hush falls over, and the council members and the mayor come in, and there's a few different police officers off to the side to make sure nothing raucous happens. Little do they know.
Rockies is what we do.
The meeting begins with a reading of the minutes, and the people at the seats are discussing different things that are coming up, and basically everything that they're going to be taking questions on is discussed. This takes about an hour and 15 minutes. At any point, you guys may take the floor.
I am totally waiting for the cue from Juan Aviv. He told me to say along. They told
Wait until the locals are all done speaking. And very calmly sit forward from the back corner, where I've been leaning against the wall, and slowly start moving my cloven hooves up, and being careful to move towards the front of the room, dressed much as I am. And smile, looking out over all of them. And take a really good look at where all of the cameras are in the room.
There are 3 in the very back of the room, and then behind them, and then 3 more behind
Like
you, and then news
TV
cameras.
News cameras.
Yep, I was pointing at all the cameras. And then there are 2 TV news cameras right at the very back of the aisle walking up to the podium, and 1 centered off to the side.
Evening, afternoon, what is it here? I believe it's afternoon.
It's evening.
Evening? Good evening to all of you. Your attention, please. I'm sure it's very easy to look at my form for you. All the same.
You have everyone's undivided attention.
Good. Would you all be so kind as to take out your phones? You're not going to want to miss this. Make sure they're live streaming.
You see dozens of screens lighting up and...
Thank you, my dears. Lovely.
Thank you.
So,
Good.
because it's an area of effects, I'm going to pick up what would look like a letter opener that's sitting there because technically it counts as a dagger. And I'm going to start using it to flourish gently and elegantly, like I'm using it as a talking apparatus, like I have this issue where I need something in my hands to fidget with. And I'm going to start. It has come to our attention, me and my friends, that though our world is quite corrupt, comparatively to what we are experiencing here, you all have a major problem. And I have a wonderful suggestion that I would absolutely love to see all of you adhere to. You would make Juan Aviv's heart burst from his chest, and I would give loving kisses to the world for it. I want all of your most corrupt persons to politely file themselves down to the county jail, writing their confessions as they walk there as quickly as they can. You must make it within 10 minutes. Turn in your confessions at the gate. And promptly have yourselves incarcerated for your corruption, thievery, and crimes. And with that, I finish casting mass suggestion.
I need a D20.
Here, it's sparkling. Maybe it will give... Hold on, I will tell you. 18.
18? At least there's a chance. No, there's not. Roll a percentile with advantage. I rolled a 1.
Oh!
The universe said, oh fuck yes.
Thank you, universe! I need to use my happy feet.
Juan Aviv gets this.
67 is 1. I get advantage on this percentile.
Yeah.
83!
Oh!
And 83% of the leaders gathered and police officers absolutely immediately follow orders. The rest are like, what?
Dahlia, darling, your turn. We must clean up.
You don't know that they're all corrupt. You worded it very specifically. What are these are the ones that are not corrupt?
And they don't seem to be trying to stop it.
I think the rest of you, please just remain in your seats for the time being. No harm will come to your compatriots. We do have a few things to sort. We are new to this world. Trust me, though, the peaceful transition of power is going to move very smoothly. There is no need for alarm.
The remaining people in leadership are looking at you with increased horror. But also just kind of letting it happen.
Look at the leaders. Don't worry. We have a plan. The catch is, we've realized, you all want to tear down this crap government, but you have nothing to replace it with. Hi, we're the replacement.
An older, like middle-aged, so on the other end of middle-aged woman with brown hair, sitting at the council table is like, you can see the like, well, it can't be any worse than what we have now.
How many exits are there?
There's 2 in this room, both at the back.
Is anybody trying to flee?
No!
Would somebody be so kind as to pass them paper and writing implements as they are leaving so they can write their confessions?
The crowd as a collective rolled in that one. Nobody's trying to roll. I didn't want to try to roll for 40 people in attendance at an entire city council.
Lesson learned.
It kind of works out. I was going to pick, if somebody was trying to flee, I was going to cast Mage Hand on the door.
No, they are filing out and making their way to the...
All going like this as they go.
Extremely effective.
And I assume one of us will have to follow them to the jail to release the protesters.
We need to go to the jail anyway to collect their confessions so that we can turn them into the proper authorities.
The other protesters are not.
Exactly, we need their confessions.
You do see one officer kind of straggling behind, but trying to write down, I didn't say anything when I saw something onto a piece of paper, and just like, yeah, this is the right thing.
This guy is just as guilty, we should throw him in.
Definitely not affected, under the effect of the spell. Is voluntarily like, no, this is absolutely the right thing.
Stop that one. Stop him.
Can I help you?
Yes.
Yes,
I need
you
you to
can.
come with me.
Okay.
I need you, for the time being, to be how does your NYPD blue put it? On ice. Can you do that for me? Can you just be on ice?
It finds a seat and just sits.
Thank you, darling. You're very considerate.
Do you still want my confession?
I already read it, darling. That's why you're on ice.
Oh.
She does not need to see it. That is more for my posterity.
So I'm not in trouble?
We will see.
Depends.
He sits very politely and just... Okay.
Anyway, you stay right here. We should go to the jail to collect their confessions and our Confederates.
Agreed.
You make your way over to the jail, it doesn't. But maybe 6 minutes, because everyone's walking at a pretty brisk pace. The live streamers are like... The whole world is watching at this point. And, Juan Aviv, you officially gotten rid of all the corruption in city council in one spell. The mayor and the city council members who are under the effect of the suggestion are the first at the door, turning themselves in.
Pull out grab the mayor's piece of paper and look at the confession.
It's several pieces of paper.
What is it?
The jail
Start
guards.
scanning through it for the more heinous things.
You're seeing sending the police after unarmed protesters. You are seeing lining her own pockets of city funds that were meant for the unhoused and for those in poverty. You're seeing a list of things she did to provide funding for an athletic meet that with money that could have been used to better the circumstances for people in the city. Lots of that.
Okay.
And I when I say that word, I clearly mean it as a pejorative.
Yes.
Bureaucrat. The jail guards. I assume some of them are corrupt. Would you mind, Juan, darling, replaying your little message for the staff here?
Give me a d20. DC 10.
DC 10.
Meet it or beat it.
On a D20.
Yep.
Where's your baby?
Do I have any of what am I applying to?
Nothing. It's just DC 10 yes or no.
DC 10, yes or no? Okay. Be nice to me, dice. 2.
Okay. The officers in the front of the building and in the pods were all watching, but in like the correctional officers that were in the pods in their own little separate spaces were watching the broadcast of the city council meeting as jail-related stuff was supposed to be coming up. But other than that, all of the rest of the officers did not see the broadcast, and you do see a string of them turning themselves in.
Walk over to one of the guards and pull what theirs says.
You see a list of abuses they've committed against the inmates. You see taking money out of the budget for the food. You see leaving inmates in solitary way longer than they should have been. You see ignoring fights.
I'm going to look for a spare set of keys.
I grab an officer by the collar bring him right to me. Where, darling, is the warden?
You'll just need one of these. We're all kind of wardens.
You don't have a...
Gives you a key card.
Yep, a key card.
You don't have it...
That is a
Who's
key.
in charge of this facility?
That would be the police chief, but he's getting arrested.
Oh, that does make things easier. Where's your confession, darling?
What?
I don't have. Confession?
Oh,
Oh. And
you're not corrupt.
I let him go.
I just started working here last week.
Oh, congratulations! You're now the chief. You're now your shift lead. You've been promoted. So says us.
Immediately exits the building. This job isn't worth it.
Oh.
Oh dear, I think we broke their brain.
We may have to custom hire new wardens for the facility.
I've got it covered. I saw this great thing in front of a store earlier. You work on sorting out the prisoners. I'm going to write a hiring sign.
Oh, lovely. And then, actually, I have. I turn to Knock. To Knock, you sort out the prisoners. I need to find their administrative office.
Not sure what that means, but yes.
So one of the things.
Put the corrupt people in prison behind the bars.
And take the protesters out, and make sure no real criminals get out if you can.
Okay, easy.
Give me an intelligence check.
Trade please.
Black one's here.
So one of the things when I was in the library that I had read about jails in general, and my character wants to find out in particular, is I've heard that the facilities are always too cold.
You successfully only release protesters.
Nice!
He's a good guy.
I like you guy.
And people who were in there for less than entirely reasonable reasons, I assume. Okay. So I had read that many of these jail facilities are too cold, the blankets are too thin, the lights never go out, and the food is terrible. And I go to the administrative offices to check the nature of how this facility is run because that horrified me all the way down to my cold little brow bones. And as corrupt as these people may be, I don't think that's an appropriate way to run a facility if I'm claiming to be the solution. So I'm going to try to fix that while I'm here.
Alright, and I think that is a perfect spot for a bio break.
I actually agree. I totally agree.
Oh, that kind of works out.
Okay, so at that point.
There should be a screen over there. And I'll just have it listed.
Okay, so. The other part of this game.
Screen should be over there.
Angry to be done? I will. After I get this to agree.
I gotta love the nat 1 and the nat 20 there. Crown roll and natural 1. I'm more considerate of that. So our viewers were like, wait.
Fuck yeah!
Well, they were living on
just accidentally agreed to watch Star Trek because LeVar Burton rocks those 50 pounds.
Yeah, I watched the episode with you. Yeah, I watched some of the episodes with the character.
And you should be looking for news when you'll see the butterfly. Yes!
So many funny things.
Like put random Bob Ross references.
These pretty little mountains over there. He swears every time there's a silver lining. We should elect him. That's good.
I just can't hear right there accurately.
Okay.
Alright.
Yay, we're
Well, thank you for our lovely watchers who stayed with us through the break. So, you've been in administration looking at how things are run in the jail.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume you are prepared to interview some of the admin.
Yes.
What you find there are 3 suits, basically. Higher ups in the jail setup who are, at the moment, just kind of hiding in their office, unsure of what's happening.
Darlings, I need you all to come with me, if you don't mind.
They do follow.
The first thing I do is I pull out my little pocket box and I show them Juan Aviv's speech from the city council meeting.
I need a tray real quick. There's only 3, so I'm gonna roll. No. No. Yes. 2 of them immediately excuse themselves, and 1 is remaining.
Ah. Well. What is your name, dear sir?
Alex?
It's very nice to meet you, Alex. I seem to have come in somewhat possession. Well, my friends and I have come into possession of this incarceration facility. And I understand that you are one of the people who runs this place. So I want to tell you to tell me why your 2 friends just incarcerated themselves in that prison, but you did not.
That was my boss and his boss. I'm kind of new to admin, but
And what are your duties here?
overseeing the budget and making sure that the running of the jail happens smoothly. Inmates are at least reasonably well controlled.
Control.
Kept from creating more problems for themselves and others.
I see. And can you then handle things like the purchase of more nutritious food and the temperature in this place is uncomfortably chill.
Yeah, that's part of our job, yeah.
Very well. Then I will need you to turn the heater up to at least 72 degrees. Fahrenheit.
I guess you guys are the ones in charge now. Everybody in power is in jail.
As it happens. Only this is an opportunity for you, if you loyally and with integrity swear allegiance to our regime. I will put you in charge of this facility, and as long as you run it to my liking, you may stay in charge of this facility and with a venerable salary.
It is illegal to ask us to swear allegiance as employees, but I will promise to do my best.
I'll take it.
He's a man of the law.
I have written out a list of things, improvements that I noticed going over the records of the jail. It is a fairly lengthy list. It includes the type of bedding that the prisoners have to be accommodated with. It improves nutrition. There's specific rules about lighting so that it can be dark enough for them to actually get a good night's sleep, but also lights in the halls in case somebody needs to get up for some reason, and also so the guards don't hurt themselves. Obviously.
Yeah.
Just a very long list of improvements. And I changed some of the rules to allow for personal decoration of the facilities, and I make it so that it's no more than one person may be in a cell at a time.
So no roommates.
No roommates.
Fair. He doesn't seem to have a problem with any of this. And
Oh, I also increased the amount of social and community and yard time and all of that stuff. I also slightly, not by much, but I slightly extend visit hours.
Yep, he doesn't seem to take any bother to this. And, you know, gets on the computer and sets the internal thermostats up and shows you how he can control the lights being turned off at a certain time in specific, like in the cells individually, in the pods individually, and in the hallways.
I look over his shoulder feigning interest, but all of it is more or less Greek to me. And so I just keep patting him on the
He's
shoulder.
explaining in detail.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's giving you a full rundown of how everything works. Yeah, we can control all that. I don't see a problem with. Actually, that might benefit everybody. I don't see a problem with any of these changes.
Not gonna lie, I really wish I had the power to turn them all. Just to see how they would, fare against each other. Would they be more racist or would they be more resistant?
It is very difficult to say, but I think for now this will be our best method to get the immediate crisis under control. And we can't have their police going around actually shooting at their own citizens.
Definitely not. Definitely not. That. I would assume that's probably why we're in this position. He's a big, long drink of his coffee, just looking at his keyboard like.
I take it you do not approve of what your fellow police have been up to?
Not even a little.
Then why did you join?
I didn't. I majored in a criminal justice administration in college. I've never been a police officer.
Oh, I see.
Bureaucrat.
No, honestly, this should just be legal on general principle. It's so good. How is things going with the roommates?
The new roommates.
Well, the new residents.
Well, they're coming out of it. They're all in least in general population in their blocks of cubes.
Pods. And how many?
Peas come in pods. Pods are upland sheep. These are squares.
And how many of the remaining guards do we
Oh, we need to do a lot of hiring.
have? I was afraid you were going to say that.
They kind of turned over their keys and stepped inside when I talked to them and showed them the video. A few of them it didn't affect.
We shall have to hire people on immediately.
So I have a wonderful idea for this. We can get. I saw it in front of the restaurant, in front of the restaurant on our way to breakfast.
Oh.
There was this place. They had this sign out front that said, "Now hiring. Apply within."
Oh, what a lovely idea.
That would be how you seek employees. There's a couple of other ways, and then I will get an ad posted on some of the local online internet job boards where people can look to get hired as well.
Will they bring us more like this?
Plenty like this will apply.
Cool. We can lock them up without issue.
Okay. I mean, I guess that could be the beginning of the hiring process video.
Oh, we should get them to sign document
Which documents?
stating what kind of person they are. Personality document.
You mean confessions?
Yeah,
Like everybody else who just turned themselves in did.
yeah.
That's part of the suggestion, I would believe.
How many judges are here?
I'm gonna have to look at the ones who just turned themselves in to know that, but there's lots of judges here in town. Typically at least 8 on the roster at any time.
So Alex, darling, what I'll need you to do is, before you commit any of these
cases to a judge, I'll need you to show that judge the video. And that way, if he, looks himself away, then we're rid of another corrupt judge. But if he doesn't, you can bring the case as you would under your normal system of jurisprudence. I see no reason to upend everything all at once.
True. I mean, I'm sure our friend over here would be perfectly happy with inmate disposal.
Talk
Yes.
for the moment. Wait, what do you mean inmate disposal?
Well, Dahlia, darling, there are some of them that are just a bit too corrupt for us to keep feeding them. That will be very bad on the inmates who are not that messed up.
I look over at Alex and
Without incurring more trouble from outside of the city, we cannot starve inmates. However, they can be put into isolation cells and separated from the rest of
Why do we have to starve them? We can easily put them in a cage, heat up the bars, and watch them nuts off. It's like popcorn.
Alex is looking at you with unabashed horror.
Darling, we're trying to win hearts and minds. That might be a bit brutal for the folks here. They seem unaccustomed to our ways.
Yeah.
We are foreigners here after all.
Yeah, but popcorn dicks are yummy.
I shall get you some real popcorn. I understand they have this instant stuff and something called a microwave. I haven't tried one yet, but I hear they're quite fantastic.
You hear beeping in the corner of the room as Alex is furiously preparing a popcorn. It's only just occurred to him that you three are not in costume.
And they're inherently not human.
This one said he wants popcorn. He's getting popcorn.
So, outside issues like what?
The city is a portion of a state. Kind of like a small kingdom is part of a larger country.
Yes.
You have successfully overthrown a very small portion of this state.
Yes, a small fiefdom.
And, well, unfortunately, the cities in this state have considerably less power than the state government.
That's normal.
And this...
Oh, I think the trouble from outside is if we are too loud.
No.
We're going to need a bigger jail.
If you break the laws of the state and the national government, bigger groups with bigger guns may show up to stop you.
Okay.
That sounds like fun.
Look, I understand. I do. I have faced armies before. It is not pretty. Let us set ourselves to the business of governing this fiefdom for a moment. We shall consolidate our allies and, of course, the help of our dear friend and Copper. And then if we catch the ire of the... I think they call it the Fed here. Is that short for Fedora, do you think?
No, I don't think it is short for fedora. I mean,
If we capture the attention
why would
of
we
the-
name those people after a nice hat?
Well, these people are
Anyone else
strange. They
hear
call
anyone
up
say
and down
something?
and down and up and inside and outside.
Oh. The beeping? I think that's that box that they were pushing the numbers.
Oh, that must
Opens
be a
the box
microwave.
and pulls out the flat bag you had seen go in is now quite poofy. And opens it up and dumps it into a nearby bowl. Here,
What is that?
popcorn.
eating it like crazy.
I think that they missed you. Probably been a while for that one if they ate anything like that after breakfast.
It's all the new flavors, darling.
Oh yes.
I find them quite tantalizing myself.
And
And I reach over and I just grab.
I noticed that you left a handful of the inmates still incarcerated, which means you probably agree with reasoning for their incarceration.
Oh yes, the dangerous ones, of course.
They're murderers and poisoners.
Much worse.
Murderers and poisoners. They're killing one thing or poisoning another.
Yes.
We didn't. Look, if we're going to be less corrupt than your very corrupt government, I'll admit it won't be hard. But in that vein, we would, of course, like to be considered, I would think, one reputation to be good governors of this region.
I would very much appreciate that because I'm in a very awkward position right now. I am breaking at least a dozen federal laws at the moment.
But that's fine because you see, this is our fiefdom. We are taking it, and you now work for us, and you're not breaking any of our laws. So you get to live.
I understand that, but if a larger government...
Claim self-preservation.
Yeah, I guess.
If you'd like, I can give you reasons for them to think that you needed to preserve your life.
To be entirely honest, when we're talking about the federal government, please. He's guessing at what you mean and is just like, fuck it. If I suffer, I suffer. Please give me something to show as evidence.
Look over at Dahlia. I'm sorry. Could you look away? This is going to be brutal. No problem. Grab him squarely by the collar.
But
Flick my dagger up and take off an ear. Your nose is next, and then I go for other parts if you're not loyal.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Took his whole year.
Yep.
And then he reaches up and casts a healing word. Okay, that can set itself up now. And you notice he has definitely discovered that he has some magic to him.
Do you play that game?
No. I was tending to my child's wound and it happened.
Well, that's interesting. Good. You're no longer going to be in administration. You're going to the medical wing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, he's the only one left in the administration who knows how this facility operates within
But I have no problem volunteering time in the medical wing.
Heal the inmates who get hurt.
Gladly. You see, he left the ear gone and just patched up the wound.
Take the ear, and I go walking through the rest of the administrative and the employee offices and the sections. Anybody else want to say they aren't loyal?
You see just a slight smirk of satisfaction on Alex.
And as
Actually, when I turned away, I also peeked and smiled and watched that whole thing.
Well, that'll be enough. That'll be more than
13 on the intimidation as I'm walking around.
I hate to do this to you, Juan Aviv, but none of them are impressed.
They shouldn't be, but
Alright, so
They rolled a nat 20 to resist intimidation.
so they're not intimidated, but they probably think I'm a sick bastard now.
Yes.
So, does anybody else want to argue with our authority?
Nobody seems to argue. Everybody's seen the video and has decided that they're either okay with this or in jail now.
Well, this was a lovely day's work, gentlemen.
Yes, I've got an idea. I heard barking while I was walking around. We need to find the kennels. I don't want to be carrying this ear around forever.
And Alex is just pointing down the hallway. There's a kennel full of very, very nice until you give them a reason not to be police dogs.
Stay out of the kennels for now.
Oh, hold on.
not gonna argue with you.
No, he's missing an ear already.
Practically begged for it to happen.
I really can't do anything about it.
He's definitely afraid of the federal government.
Happily swagger, swish my hips down to the kennels. Next thing you hear is feeding time, and I throw the ear into a kennel.
You hear exactly one dog get very raucous for a minute, and then the rest nearby whimpering and growling.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll feed you a few of the corrupt ones in the future.
Alex only seems to worry that you're going to get the attention of higher authorities.
Listen,
Alex, darling, I'm sure that you have many things to do in order to keep this facility running properly, and putting my new plan into implementation. And gentlemen, it has been a very long day, and my feet are just killing me. These high heels were clearly made by a sadist. Anyway, I'd say we go to dinner and tell our dear copper friend what all we've accomplished today.
Carmen, who has just kind of been on the sidelines recording all of this for her own channel, is just, you know, I left my car at the Hilton, but the restaurant's just right there.
Oh, Carmen.
Perfect. Are you alright, dear heart?
I think after today I am going to go find my friends and advise them to watch your broadcast. And then whoever remains, we're gonna go back east for a couple of days and retrieve my parents. Because this is now the safest place in the country for them.
Oh, we can certainly take you. Where did you say back east?
Other side of the country.
Oh,
I can make it in 2 days.
It's a couple thousand miles.
It's a couple of dreams.
it's a couple of dimension doors.
I'd like to drive.
You want to do? While all this is going on in the country, darling, that's terribly dangerous.
I love this, but I am going to need a mental health break.
What is mental health?
It's the well-being of the mind, and mine is cracking a little.
Oh, well, it is terribly important that you shield your mind.
So I am going to take a few of my friends and go retrieve my family. They kind of bunkered down back in my hometown.
You should not leave on an empty stomach. At least join us for one more dinner. Don't you?
Absolutely, I wasn't planning on leaving until morning.
Lovely.
I think a nice long drive will be good for me.
Before you bring your parents out there, you should make sure to set yourself up with someplace better to sleep.
Yeah, I guess I should do that. She looks at a heap of gold that's now in her car, and I'm just like,
You need to find a money changer and go buy a house so Mama and Papa have someplace to sleep.
that's a good idea.
Otherwise, they'd be sleeping in that Jeep with all that gold.
Yeah.
I think there's room enough.
I'm surprised the suspension can take all the gold.
You know what? You know what would be lovely? Torok, you said, right? Tanakh. I'm sorry, I've been in kind of in a bit of a whirl all day.
That can be fixed.
I'm good. Just a long nap and a long drive. Then maybe a hot meal. The tables here are not big enough for the celebrating party that will be coming with us. You said you do College of Creation, yes?
Yes.
That's where you studied your bardic patterns, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that you could spin us a nice, large banquet table?
How big?
Enough for 30 people.
Sure.
Alright.
So wait, we've moved back to Braille's.
That's what this process was
yeah.
the conversation
Walking.
on the way.
Okay.
Could you spin us a nice big table with your is performance of creation? I think that's what it's called, at least in the books.
Yes.
I don't know. I did not go to school with them.
Grabs, reaches into I need Natasha's. Reaches in her bag and pulls out this particular book. You've mentioned knowing Tasha once before in stream. And
Hurry up, bitch.
Sure. 28.
She's a cockier sorceress than you are,
Here we
Dahlia.
go. Here. See? College of Creation.
Performance.
Let's see, create an inanimate object, right? Of any size.
Yes.
I assume. You would know what level you are. Your character wouldn't know. Your character also would not know the book stuff. It would just be like, kind of.
You would know that you can create a table that's approximately worth 200 gold
Yeah.
pieces.
I like how you specified 200 gold pieces.
Considering what we've decided the value of a gold piece is versus $1,
Yeah, it's a very nice table.
you can cakewalk that shit. And describe the table. Go for it. You can be lavish. You're not going to over budget.
Oh, okay. So,
Unless you can make an $84,000 table.
it's very nice, actually.
The only thing we get is it's very nice, actually.
I cast this huge table made of silver with gold plating running around the outside of it, like an outer section. It's got reliefing, like actual leaves engraved into the sides of it. It's got a mystical bluish colored top that we realize is an opal.
Very nice.
A large round table. The feet coming off of it actually make what looks like dragon's feet. And the tips of the dragon's feet are black onyx claws.
Oh, you are an artiste.
The theater of the mind is so alive right now.
That is
An
beautiful.
absolute artiste. Why did you not say? This will be the most beautiful city in this entire U.S. What was that? Yeah. A.
Osa.
USA. USA. In all of USA.
Usa, yes, that's what they call it on other things. Or Yusa? Yusa. Yusa.
USA.
Usa.
Carmen is just doing this.
What, darling?
It's the United States of America, but yeah,
Well,
I
that's
guess
not very catchy now, is it? It does not blow off the top.
Very,
the USA,
Usa just
the
rolls off the
USA
tongue.
is
Agreed.
just the initials.
Usa sounds so much better.
I agree. I agree. So we are the Eugene of the Oregon of the USA.
Eugene of the Oregon of the
The fiefdom of Eugene,
Right, the fiefdom of Eugene.
in the region of Oregon, in the country of USA.
Oh yes, that sounds much nicer,
Much more formal.
more eloquent.
Oh,
I just like saying Usa.
lovely.
It's like you could be sitting in the middle of nowhere and just
USA. See, and that's what we shall turn the country into. Will be
Usa.
lovely.
Carmen, being a bit conscientious of the magnitude of what has just happened in the city, does go over to the one TV that is in the restaurant at the time, and turns it on, switches it over to a news channel, a national news channel, and
I run up and I holding my hat. I love this thing. This news thing is very cool to me, so I watch.
Did we make the next showing?
you are watching your broadcast play on as the major news channels are being put through. It is being played on every news channel in the United States.
Oh, Juan Aviv! Tonight, darling! Look!
We're on the big time.
Yes.
Yay, look at the bottom, it says Ushka!
Why did they spell it with two U's? It's USA.
You can't have my food, but I will love on you. Not interested in me anymore.
So, Carmen, dear, could you do me a favor? Are you connected nationwide through these groups of us?
The groups are. I'm not.
Wonderful. Could you check and see how many of their cities are having a similar what's going on to here in our fiefdom of Eugene?
I will see how things are faring in the cities that I pass through on my way to get my parents.
No, contact your friends. Which ones are safe so you can have a nice talk about there. You don't have to worry about the bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. Though I think every police officer or police chief or major head of council is going to be watching your broadcast on the news.
Well, then let me know if you find any good ones that are looking for a place to be good cops.
Do I see Carmen's face?
In the broadcast? No.
She stayed out of the camera angles the whole time.
Carmen stayed outside with some friends.
Did not want to go into the city
So
council.
she's
meeting
not
with
in the
us.
city council, she's not in the march, she's nowhere to be seen.
She's entirely anonymous. She's been doing this a while.
I reach over and I gently hold her by the shoulders and you be safe now, darling. If anything comes up at all. And I cast Rory's telepathic bond.
Oh,
You can reach out to me wherever you are, and we'll come right to you.
lovely. I will do so. I shouldn't be gone more than 7 days.
Just be careful, darling. 7 days is a very long time on the other road.
It's about 3 days there, 3 days back if I don't stop much.
Do you need protection, new friend?
I do not. But they probably will.
You really should stay with us. The humans on this planet are quite unaccustomed to our kind, and well, they do now have razor beasts and Shadar Kai and all sorts of things now running amok. So I assume they'll be a little suspicious of anyone with ears like ours.
Let alone moves and
It
marches.
just seems here might be more fun.
Oh, there's fun to be had.
Yeah, okay.
So, darlings,
Portland? I've been paying attention.
Oh.
I don't think we'll have to repeat the process in Portland.
Oh.
That scale, no.
I think that it broadcast already to everywhere.
Yeah, the broadcast would have practically already did it for us.
Did any international news outlets pick it up?
Not yet. But what you are hearing the newscaster saying is that all over the nation, people in power are turning themselves in for various crimes that are against the nation's laws.
With written confessions and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, as a whole new
You have sparked a nationwide just exodus of problems.
That has a whole new meaning to newscasting.
That's it, Dahlia. Maybe I should be a newscaster.
Oh, Juan Aviv, you would be so lovely for it. And besides which,
I cast the news
your makeup
beautifully.
is so much better.
And I cast the news beautifully. I mean,
Do it.
She's
Such
talking.
talent.
Various governors and heads of state have stepped down from their positions in the hours unfolding after the broadcast.
Okay, did Trump step down?
Trump hasn't seen the news yet, unfortunately.
Darn.
His particular channel is blacklisting the broadcast as hard as possible right now. But it's
Oh.
only a matter of time until it
we are
leaks.
not being featured on one American network.
Also, apparently on the Fox network.
The Fox Network?
Fox Network?
The language.
Fox News. Okay, so that means that there are a bunch of fucks who tell you about the news.
I think. Yes. I think
Carmen switches to Fox and they're talking about protests in various cities and riots happening. They're definitely characterizing the protesters as much worse than they actually are.
Fucks it is?
I'm going to need another performance check to see how this goes.
Why? Those dirty scoundrels.
Told you they're fucks.
How are they allowed to just sit up there
27.
and lie like that?
Would you roll?
17 and I get a 10.
27? As you're having this conversation about how despicable this is, the one of the other people employed in the building casts Fireball. And you recognize the spell. And then immediately sits down in front of the camera and says, "We have something we would like to broadcast for all of you." And then your video goes live. Just cleared the entire news floor and said, no, this is working all over the country. Everybody needs to see this.
So that happened in the Fox studio.
Yeah, you watched it happen live on TV.
Oh, Juan Aviv! Juan Aviv, come see! Come see!
What is it? It's enough. We broke it. We broke the system. And we are the new system.
The same young caster is standing at the news desk holding burning hands at either side.
Is there a number? Dahlia, can you get on the internet and find out if there is a number for the newscaster?
I take out my pocket box and I write, Cast Fox News.
That's gonna bring up That's gonna That's definitely up an interesting search.
What the give me an investigation check. Disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's gonna bring up one hell of a search history.
The cast of Fox News. Oh no.
Fox News, not Fox. Fox.
Okay, I think the 7 will probably be the lower. Oh yeah. Yeah, 7
Plus your investigation.
plus
Runs on the plus 2.
9.
Amidst some very disturbing images, you do eventually find the link to the hotline for Fox News. Google managed to spit it out between some things that made your dark gray skin turn a very lovely shade of pale.
So you saw
Pale and
that
purple.
as we're scrolling through, it's like, wow, she's really good. She's speaking and telling people all that information while that guy's doing that to her.
Wait,
Holy cow, what did you do with that little thing?
I find the link, and I look for the guy who's now got burning hands, because I'm assuming now at this point other news networks are trying to cover this.
Yes.
So I find him, and then I find his Twitter account, and I find his phone number if I can.
You do. You. I will say you can succeed at that.
Okay. Juan Aviv.
Yes.
Right there. It's. There's the number.
Push the number,
His address.
and then I push the little thingy that looks like a speaker putting sound out.
You can see on the TV his phone start ringing. It lights up, sticking out of his pocket, and he shakes one hand out and.
Actually, she's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to sit with us, go ahead. You're not blocking anything.
Surprise.
Just wants to be in the show.
I love you, Jen.
Waving one burning hand from side to side. Hello? Huh?
Ah, my friend!
I know that voice. Can I
Yes,
help you?
you already are. Don't worry, you can turn your hand off. They're either not corrupt or they're arresting themselves.
Jessica, sit your ass down. I know you're not corrupt, but you're still a problem. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, personally, I would like to say thank you. Anybody else?
Yes, darling. Thank you for playing our broadcast. And please like and subscribe to Carmen's channel.
I don't know who Carmen is.
She would be the young lady who had the exclusive rights to broadcast us?
Okay.
Remember, she stayed off the boxes.
Her phone was inside, she wasn't.
Yeah.
So, the channel that we broadcast this to originally, remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah, okay. Will do.
Other than that,
I've been trying to get that.
do you need assistance?
I don't think so. I don't think so. You watch as you hear the door burst open, and you hear the word police, and you see this poor kid rattle off another fireball.
Oh, I'm not a bard, but is there like a rodent? Should I cast through the phone?
Should I cast magic hand and close the door?
Not through the phone.
Not through the
That's
phone.
the show.
But this kid seems to have it.
Hit the play button.
What I can cast through the phone is dissonant whispers on the cops.
You want to talk to the cops?
Yes, please.
You see most of the police officers abandon ship immediately. They're like, nope, haunted fox studio, and run away.
I burst into Maleficent level laughter. Straight wicked
So,
West.
congratulations, you are our new friend at Fox News.
Okay. Okay.
First of all, please spell it right. You are insulting a poor animal because most of the people that worked in that building recording the news were a bunch of fucks.
Yes, if you could change the O to a U, that would be very helpful. Oh wait, no, not if we make Fox News talk. If we make them cunning and wise, then we will reach most of the people that we wouldn't be able to reach otherwise. Because I'm given to understand a full third of this country only watches this channel explicitly.
And they can keep the name Fox.
Right, but we will make them cunning and wise, and we will tell the truth.
Yes.
Well, as I'm scrolling through the cast for Fox News, I finally reach our... There is this man. I believe a comedian woman called him Tuckums. Could you have him delivered to the Oregon place, please?
Could you repeat that?
We would like him delivered to the fiefdom of Eugene in the region of Oregon in the country of USA.
Who?
Bring him to the fiefdom of Eugene
Who?
Tuckums.
Oh.
This comedian lady called him Tuckums. That's the only name I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that.
If he gives you too much trouble, call back on this number. Hand the phone to me. We'll cooperate.
This is happening on my TV. You see this poor kid sitting at the news desk like... He looks at the camera and goes, I'm in charge of the teleprompter.
You can make sure that Tuckums knows that he's wanted in Eugene.
Darling,
Dahlia laughing her ears off.
But darling, surely look at your hands and see what a magnificent maid you have become. Believe in yourself.
And would you like to move here? We can relocate the studio. I sell broadcasting equipment. I've been working on the internet, teaching myself things.
Oh, speaking of which, I'll bet you dollars to donuts that there's a channel for this city. Ooh, donuts. There was a place called Voodoo.
I like voodoo.
Oh, I remember seeing that when the thing is said voodoo. Magic is in the hole. In the donut, no hole.
All right, it's all settled. Our next breakfast will be at Voodoo.
Donuts and voodoo donuts. Got it. Alright, so you guys turn back to the hotel room for the night?
Look around, see what else.
Nope, not yet. I looked it up. There is a show tonight. I say we all dance the night away and celebrate our great victory over the fiefdom of Eugene.
For it is ours.
And I assume that means that there will be a lot of work.
Yes, so we should drink a lot tonight so we can blame hangover.
That was a fantastic table.
The only dance I'm really good at is an irresistible one.
Oh, you can do that too, then, too.
Yes.
Are you two attempting to end
When
up
Tuckums
with
gets
human women
here.
for the night? You're not.
Sorry.
He said when Tuckums gets here.
When Tuckums gets here, we will make Tuckums dance.
Ah,
Case. So, to know, are you trying to end up with a human woman for the evening?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Because that was the only thing I was going to make you roll for, is to get consent. Well, then you guys have a fantastic evening dancing the night away and eventually turn in late.
That's what magic hands for.
It's like magic eraser for all of your lust.
Oh my god! Okay!
Who needs cast of fucks when you have cast of magic hand?
I do love
Well-
the topic.
While we're out and about, in true me fashion, I'm going to pick myself up an absolute harem of groupies of all sizes, shapes, colors, nationalities, and genders. And I'm going to take them all back to the hotel with us, put them all in my room, and sleep on the couch again.
And I am going to dance with many a lovely lad and lassie. And kisses only. And then disappear to my room for the night.
I see two random hobos, a woman and a man, pushing a shopping cart, and I'm going to take and give them a gold piece. Walk in.
Very nice. Very nice. I think that is a lovely.
Can we get that in English, please?
If I could breathe.
In the common tongue would be great, with breath.
I think we've gotten through as much storyline as I have prepared. I was expecting this overthrow of the city to take a lot longer.
Oh.
Now remember, squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking means can I use the bathroom?
Spent time with the druid, did you?
So the hour and a half of content I had prepared condensed itself to a nat 1.
But look at all the good we've accomplished in just a single night. Imagine what more we can do. Why, we can free this entire corrupted USA.
That is a lofty idea, but we can at least get the western coastline of Usa. It's not big.
I agree. We will start here where the forests are beautiful.
I
and the
believe-
people are lovely.
I believe I've seen this thing called Cascadia Rising.
I want to buy this place called Taco Bell so I can feed everybody.
Well, that's a lovely idea.
You're going to buy a barrel full of tacos.
They said they have burritos. I don't know what it is, but it got meat in it.
You don't know what a burrito is? Start looking around. Who can tell this man what a burrito is? Because I don't know.
One person just pulls one out of their lunchbox and hands it to you.
Smell it.
There's a film on the outside of it that does read Taco Bell.
Oh, I think I. That does smell delicious.
How fresh do the ingredients smell?
Oh, don't try to guess that, says the person who handed over the burrito. You don't want to
They're
know.
fairly fresh. And there is meat in there. Smells like dog. But it still smells good. You taste test?
After.
I'm gonna take it, break it into 3 pieces, and you a piece, and you a piece, and we're gonna eat Taco.
Oh,
When in hell, do as the demons do.
this is surprisingly
Alright,
awful.
since none of you have ever been exposed to the chemical composition of American fast food, I need to all of you.
Yes.
Just waiting for that.
Yes.
Same here.
10. You are immediately sick.
Oh, Dahlia. You can buy the
Oh,
bowl of
actually, that
tacos.
didn't go well.
Dude,
What
I am
was it?
so...
Well, it was a 6. 8.
You're screwed.
Yeah, I am so glad.
What'd you roll?
I don't have a con save, and I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh.
Dahlia.
Within about 20 minutes, the two of you feel like absolute shit.
The knock?
Yeah?
Do us a great big favor.
Don't buy Taco Bell.
Improve the quality of the Taco Bell if you buy it.
Oh, that.
Goblin taverns serve better food. I don't know
I've
what
seen
was
an
in that.
Alka-Seltzer commercial and I call room service for some Alka-Seltzer.
Some is delivered fairly quickly.
Oh.
I don't get why everybody else has a problem.
You, however, after making your phone call, find it very difficult to remove yourself from your ladies' restroom.
Wait. Maybe.
Oh.
Slight bubble.
Deep bubble gut on an 8.
Guess I know where I'll be spending my evening. In the bidet.
I get a slight bubble in my stomach, and all you hear is a...
Walk over, dig through the drawers where the above, like where the extra candles for the room are at. Pull out a box of liquor matches. Hand it to Dahlia. Say nothing.
D&D characters in the real world is just such a wonderful thing.
Fire sticks.
Thank you, Juan Aviv. You're such a darling.
I will
Slam the
say,
door shut really quick.
do my
Clearly
best
deeply
to
embarrassed.
walk over to the music devices and turn on the classical music channel and turn up the volume enough that there is no longer any sound coming out of her mouth.
Perfect. So you have loud music. Dahlia has her privacy entirely. completely intact.
Is it bad that I'm tempted to make a Gorgoth?
Yes. You need to add better meat and probably make sure that it is fresher. There's a reason. I think that these were. Look at the person again. How expensive is this?
$2, $3 tops.
Like, it's less than a copper piece.
Yeah. This is cheap food. It's for poor people.
Feed the poor people better, please.
What about if we use... What kind of animal is this?
I think it's beef.
They think it is cow.
What about if we use...
Wait, think?
What about if we...
I don't know.
What about if we use chicken
It might not
or
even be
lamb?
meat.
Lamb could be better, but some people could be allergic from what I understand.
Well, we could always do the lamb, chicken, and fish. Fish taco.
Oh!
Juan Aviv looks up.
As long as it's fresh, actually fresh, darling.
As he says fish taco, Juan Aviv looks up. I love fish tacos.
Oh,
Okay.
and I came across something on my pillow this morning. It was called chocolate. Could you imagine a
You haven't
chocolate
been in
taco?
the country, you haven't been in the world more than a day yet.
But there was a pillow with a chocolate on it somewhere.
In the hotel room, yeah.
Yeah, you've had a chocolate on your pillow, just not this morning, because it's only been like 8 hours since
It's
you...
this morning's chocolate.
Yeah,
Oh.
chocolate taco.
I think that's where we're gonna wrap.
Good call before we start calling Taco Taco to be Hey,
Oh, those were discontinued,
I know.
so we're allowed. It's no longer a thing.
I know, it's so sad.
I cry still.
Oh. Thank you for watching.
And tolerating us.
And thank you for your lovely commentary and your input to the channel as
Love
always.
you guys, we really do. Again, please remember to like, share, subscribe, spread the word,
And
and
as always, live long and
live long and prosper.
Bye.
Alright.
Hit the stop buttons right next.
STOP. Stick tongue on
Paper?
potatoes.